Okay, I should be live. Hang on.
Oh, it's not 5 o'clock yet.
Yeah, but I'm avoiding technical difficulties that way. I am live. Okay. Hang on.
It's not 5 o'clock.
There's the camera.
Is you live?
Yeah, but Me is live. Hello.
It's weird when I'm not in shot in one of them.
Oh, well, tough.
There's
One
the
of them
camera.
is vertical, and one of them is not.
Okay.
It's weird when I'm
There
not
we
in
go.
shot in one of them.
I think I managed to do it. I managed to make it on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram at once. Yay! I think I managed to do it. That's not what we're doing.
So you guys
Picked what we're doing today, and
what Ranton played was We Wish You a Merry Christmas. That was one of the options, so you picked it over on Instagram. I said either We Wish You a Merry Christmas, which... Did you get it sent already to your emails? I think you're... That was one of the options, so you picked it over. Or are you receiving it next week? Either We Wish You a Merry Christmas. I don't know, but...
it's there for the guitar family. Either way,
I think you're... Or are you receiving it?
okay, that's fine.
Why is something really
I don't
loud?
know, but...
Nothing's
Oh,
for the
that's
guitar
that.
family.
It's
Either
because-
way,
I think you're...
yeah, the computer is ready to fly. But yeah,
So welcome. Today we will change guitar strings and yes, that's what we'll do. Electric guitar strings. I'll show you how to do that. Yeah. Renton's handily passing me this because I couldn't find my own wire. And I'll change the strings of my chord, which I believe is in this bag.
I'm going to explain something. Hang on. Can I get the shot? So I'm gonna explain a very small thing that I'm doing. I'm gonna explain something. So I'm changing string gauges, which is fine. That's not going to take too much. That's not really going to take too much time. The difference between these two, apart from the fact this has got a trem and Nelly's doesn't have a trem, mine's got locking tuners, so actually getting the strings on and off of this are going to be much faster.
Hey, man.
Nelly's doesn't have a trem.
Okay, so
Mine's got locking tuners.
my favorite
so
part
actually getting the
of the
strings on and off
changing
is going to be
strings
much
process.
faster. Okay.
Hey, man.
Listen. Do you hear that?
Okay, so wow, my favorite part of the changing strings process. Okay, and again. Do you hear that? Okay, so wow, my favorite part. So for this, we use a peg winder, right? This is gonna save your hands, honestly. Like, don't start changing your strings without a peg winder. I did that when I first got a guitar, and then my hands hurt for days. So not a good idea. Like, don't start changing your strings.
I'm
without a peg
unlocking my
winder.
locking
And
tuners.
I did that when I first got a guitar, and then my
Hands
hands
they are
hurt
all
for
off.
days. So not a good
Done.
idea.
Super fast. Unlocking my locking tuners. If you have a set of locking tuners, use them. Hands they are all off. They don't affect tuning stability whatsoever, but they do make this job so much faster, which is the reason I'm happy with them. They really don't affect tuning stability actually whatsoever, but they do make this job so much faster. Never played a guitar and I'm happy with them. Better tuning stability because of these. They
Okay.
really don't affect tuning stability actually. All to do with how well the guitar is set up. Never played a guitar and I'm happy with them. Better tuning stability because of these. They really don't affect tuning stability actually.
Yes.
To do with
Spaghetti.
how well the guitar is
Yeah. Okay. And now that they're loose, you can just
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Now that they're loose, you can just cut them up to make it easier to take them out instead of unwinding them here.
And now that they're loose,
from,
you can just in the middle. So I'm just gonna
Now that
cut
they're
them
loose, you can just cut them up to
actually
make it
closer
easier to
to
take them out instead of
this end.
unwinding them here
They're loose,
from,
you can just in the middle. So I'm just gonna
cut
cut them
loose, you can just cut them out
Change string gauges, so I need a screwdriver.
long.
This is a screwdriver. There's a set of them. So there isn't there.
I think they're where the tools go, huh?
No, they're not. Well, they shouldn't be.
Long
This is
and
there's a set.
long. Alright, and now it's easier to
No, they're
take
not. Well, they shouldn't be.
these off for me personally.
This is the wrong version.
So bear in mind, I'm not a luthier. I've just been a guitar owner for many years, and I've changed many strings. Ow! So bear in mind,
What happened?
I'm not. I poked myself.
dear.
It's customary to poke yourself with.
No, it's not.
Many strings. No, it's really not. I'm just clumsy, so I always end up poking myself somehow. Customary to poke yourself with.
No, it's
It's just my own clumsiness. Avoid getting poked by your metal guitars.
You have to go very slowly because poking yourself with metal strings, they are rusty. So
It's just my own clumsiness. Yeah, avoid getting poked by your metal. I poked
you
myself.
have to go very
But
slowly
yeah,
because poking yourself with metal strings, they
so
are
yeah,
rusty.
changing strings. Oh, hang on. I'm just realizing that I am not showing anything. Well, here, there we go. So they're all cut out. Now I'm taking off the bits off of the headstock.
And I'm going to do my truss rod adjustment as well
So they're all
before
cut out. Now I'm
I put
taking
the
off
new strings on.
the bits off of the headstock. And I forgot to check my action and if I need to do a truss rod adjustment.
This is the,
But definitely the strings needed a change, so that's what I'm doing.
if anyone
I can adjust my truss rod later anyway.
if anyone ever needs to check the neck relief on their guitar,
But definitely
looking
the strings
down it
needed
while
a
the
change,
strings
so
are on
that's
will
what I'm
not help you at all. If the strings are off your guitar, it's much easier to see if there's a bow in the neck relief on their guitar. When the strings are on, you use your strings as a straight edge.
And what that means is you press on the first fret
Yeah.
and the last fret, and
When
then
the
that will
strings are
create
on,
a straight
you use
line.
your strings as
And
a
you'll
straight
see.
edge. Because your string is the straight line.
Yeah, your string is the straight line, yeah. And when you press on the first and the last fret, you can even use a capo for that,
Yeah.
to put it on the first fret, but either way,
Because your
press on the
string
last
is
fret
the
and
straight
then
line.
you'll find out, is it bowed in one way or the other, using your to put it on the first fret, either way.
I can't remember what
Last fret and then you'll find out. I don't know.
someone said it.
I think it was in a film or something.
I actually can't remember what's left.
I don't know.
Great. Just one.
So yeah, my strings are through the body of the guitar, so I'm just pulling them out one by one.
I'm done.
So yeah, my
I love how fast it is.
strings are I'm through the body of the
Well,
guitar.
the locking tuners thing as well, because
One by one.
because they lock, you don't have loads of windings around the headstock, right? You don't have loads of windings like that. So when you try to pull them through the body, they just come straight through.
Sorry, hang on, let me push
Lock,
my other
you
guitar
don't
out
have
of the
loads
way.
of windings around the They come straight through and it's much faster. This is going to be disgusting. I hate doing this bit. They just come straight
Now I'm going to let you in on a truth of
come
mine,
straight through and it's much faster.
which is,
You don't change the noise.
well, yeah, that's true. Hence, my collection is only this big of string heads, is what I like calling them. And now the process of decapitation comes, where I take out the string heads, the strings heads, what I like calling them. And now I can process of decapitation. Why? No reason. Where I actually, you know what?
Tissue paper.
There's gonna be a reason for it soon. They'll come in handy soon.
This will be really interesting to see. This will be really interesting to see who finishes first.
You know what?
Tissue paper. I don't know because I'm doing more maintenance. This will be really interesting to see. That was incredibly suggestive. I don't know because
Anyway,
I'm doing
so
more maintenance.
yeah, decapitation of strings.
Suggestive.
But yeah, I like to put my strings in the
Children
little.
might be watching this.
Yeah,
Get it?
I like to put I like to put my strings in a little circle. But yeah, I like to put my because then it makes it easier to throw without them poking a hole to the bag. I like to put my strings
Look
in
at
a
that.
little circle. But yeah, I like to put my strings then it makes it what did you use? Throw without them poking
Rag.
a hole to the bag.
This is the Ernie Ball Wonder Wipe
Yeah.
thing. It's the fretboard conditioner one.
What did you use?
And actually, that would be okay because I've just done it literally to just give it a wipe. You can use that on your fingerboard as well, and it will do. It will still. It's the fretboard conditioner. It'll probably do the same sort of job as lemon. Actually, that would be okay.
Well, I'm gonna use my trusty old lemon.
Oh, okay. Don't use this
I want
fingerboard as well, and it will do. It will still. It's the fretboard conditioner. The only problem with using all of these products is I mean, obviously they're super oily, but they're not oil that seeps into the wood very well. It's just because
Well,
it
you gotta-
evaporates pretty soon after.
But yeah, you gotta wipe off the excess if
I mean,
there
obviously
is
they're super oily.
excess.
Yeah, well, that's what the tissue paper's coming for in a second that I'm going to go and get.
Yeah, could you grab me a second rag? Because I completely forgot. Rag.
Yeah, alright. Yeah.
Why don't I decapitate them all at once?
I'm gonna go and get.
Yeah, could you grab me a second rag? Because I completely forgot. Rag.
And look who's
Strings.
joined.
Why don't I? Pen has joined on the desk. I can't show you her.
Could you grab me a second rag?
She's sniffing around.
Hello, Faye. Look who's joined.
You're right. I'm checking out the Pen has joined on the desk. I can't show you her. We're changing strings, dearie.
I wonder whether they can see our fishes.
You're right. I'm checking
Nope.
out the Pen joined on the desk.
Which is good.
Changing strings, dearie.
Yeah, definitely a good thing.
You're right. I'm checking
I
Nope.
want a rag.
A rag, which is
How
good.
big? Or do you not care?
changing
Well, not a tiny one, but yeah,
There you
a
go.
rag.
You're gonna have some of your.
I want a rag.
A rag, which is
How
good.
big?
Jesus Christ.
It's a
Well, not a tiny one, but yeah,
about it.
a rag.
You're gonna have some of your. And I'm gonna use a different kind of rag because I'm using some
Not a tiny one.
kitchen roll.
A rag.
You're gonna have some of your. And I'm gonna use a different kind of rag because
And there's my string ball.
kitchen roll.
a bracelet.
Lol.
Anyway. Here, and here's
my
the
string ball.
little string ends,
bracelet.
which I'm just gonna throw later. But first, let's wipe off the dust. And here's the little
Oh
string
god,
ends.
yeah, you gotta do that. Actually, I've got a thing that I can use for that on mine.
But first, let's wipe off the dust.
Wiping off the dust.
Oh god, yeah.
That's been under
better.
the
Actually, I've got a
strings.
thing
Under
that's
the
way better.
But first,
Under the string.
the dust.
String in the string, 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 string. Under the string. Pen, don't play with those, please. You'll injure yourself. String in the string, 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 string.
Back off.
Pen, don't play with those, please. You'll injure yourself.
Especially dust here.
This has got to be really riveting entertainment and content, I'm sure.
You voted for it. You voted for it. If you don't like this content, you wish.
This is going to
For
be.
it to happen.
I'm pretty sure. To be fair, there's quite a lot of
You
people
voted for
that
it.
don't want to do this.
You voted for it.
And
if you
maybe
don't like
because they
this
don't know how
content,
to do it or
you
just
wish
don't want to do
for
it.
to happen.
But
Maybe they just
my
want
point
company.
Is,
Well,
my point is, we're not really talking through the process at all.
no. Well, we are.
Maybe because they
I'm
don't
wiping off dust.
want to
is
do
what
it.
I
You're
said.
wiping off dust.
Maybe they
I'm
just
basically.
want
I've just
company.
conditioned my neck, which probably didn't actually need
No, well,
much
we
conditioning. To be fair.
I'm wiping off
But
dust.
I've just conditioned it either way, and I'm now just wiping off the excess oil from it,
Well, I'm going to
just
use.
to make sure. Sorry, just to make sure that when the new strings are on, it actually doesn't feel manky
I'm
under my
going to
fingers.
use-
To make sure.
And I'm going to use my good trusty lemon oil. Do not use on maple.
Doesn't feel manky.
Right, so this is rosewood, I believe, and I'm going
It
to
just
use
makes
my
maple look
good
manky.
trusty lemon
It's a
oil. Do
decent,
not
it's
use
semi-decent for
on
cleaning,
maple.
but it makes maple look awful.
Yeah, so don't use it on maple.
Rosewood, I believe.
What's not true? I just said don't use it on maple.
Well, no, as in a lot of the time they say you can't use it on maple, and that's not true. Let's just get around to it. That's going to be
Then
something.
don't. What's not true?
Off
I
of
just
that.
said don't use it on maple. And she knows
Go.
do
A lot
this.
of the time they say you can't use it on maple. and
Let
that's
her be
not true.
here.
Just move the
And
curtain.
let her be
Could you
here.
move the
No.
Off of that. So she
Stop
can go
it.
behind.
Stop
She
it.
knows. She'll go behind by herself.
She won't go behind by
She
herself. She
will.
can't find the opening.
She'll find it.
She won't find it.
I did go.
So she won't go behind.
Okay.
She's sat there.
Behind by herself.
She won't go behind by
She
herself. She
will.
can't find the opening.
She'll find it.
That's right there. Okay, so I'm gonna use the lemon oil on the fingerboard. Hang on, let me turn around so you can see what I'm doing.
She'll find it.
There. Okay, so I'm gonna use the lemon oil on the fingerboard. Hang on, let me
Right.
turn around so you can see what I'm doing. There. Okay, so I'm gonna use the lemon oil on the
Next bit
fingerboard.
for me
See what I'm doing. There. Okay, so I'm gonna use.
is going to be using the next bit for me. What's it called? I've got to use the lubricant for tuning stability and
going to be using
all of that
the-
nonsense.
For me,
What's it called? Because
I've got to
guitars
use the
apparently have to be tuned for tuning.
Turns
stability.
out.
It turns out all of that nonsense. What's it called? Because guitars apparently have to be tuned. So I was using 10 to 46. I'm
Turns
going
out-
down the gauge. I'm going to try 9 to 42 again. because I'm feeling lazy. And actually, the string spacing on this feels really. It feels like a completely different guitar. Now that I've put the new trem on, and actually, the string spacing.
So I've applied the oil,
it feels like
but obviously it hasn't reached all the way to the fret, so I'm gonna spread it all over. I've applied the oil, but obviously it hasn't reached all the way to the fret, so I'm gonna
Oh,
use
that's
this
it.
little rag.
Raggedy right.
So you can use any rag for this. There are rags that are sold as, you know, guitar rag for cleaning your guitar or whatever. But you can use any rag that's like, I guess that doesn't leave a ton of flint, you know, because that would be unpleasant to deal with.
What are you wiping off?
I am spreading the lemon oil a bit.
Oh, with a rag, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
fine.
that
Any
would
old
be
rag will
unpleasant
do
to
that.
deal
What are you? Just when you're if it's a finished maple board
spreading the lemon
or an unfinished, finished maple board, you might want to use a microfiber cloth. If it's also finished in general board, apart from that, you're probably good with any. You're pretty much good with anything.
Yeah.
You might want to use a microfiber cloth. Yeah. Also finished in general board. Right.
Maple usually, by the way, looks like this color,
Yeah.
right? Light.
Yeah.
But Renton's is roasted
Right.
maple, so it can
Usually,
look
by the way,
darker.
So it
okay?
looks-
Like this color.
See if I can get a decent shot of
Right.
that in one of the cameras.
But
Looks great.
Renton's is roasted maple.
There's only one
so it
camera.
can
This
look
is a
darker.
yeah. I know there's only one camera. I'm trying to make sure that it can be seen in that right hand thing.
But Renton's is roasted maple.
There's only one camera.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's only one camera. I'm trying to make sure that it can be seen in that right hand thing.
Okay, and now I'm going to wipe off the excess with a different part of that same rag. And making sure to go again all the way to the edges and just cleaning a bit of the. Now I'm going to wipe off. Just rubbing basically a bit of the actual fret wires. And making sure to go again all the way to
Frets.
the edges and just cleaning a bit of the.
Yeah, the frets, the metal bits.
Just rubbing basically a bit of the actual fret wires. And that just makes sure to get rid of all of the gunk that's, you know, fallen skin from me, dust, all sorts of stuff that's gotten pushed into it.
Crap.
Well, play.
Basically.
That's what I just said. Fallen skin from me, dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, look like just from the first couple of frets. Can you see that? Yeah.
Basically.
All that is dirt from just the first couple of.
Well, is it three?
Yeah.
No, just
Yeah, look like just
Yeah.
from the first
started on
Tree.
frets.
What do you mean
Can you see
tree?
that?
Three.
Yeah.
Oh, three.
That's what I
All
mean.
that is dirt.
You did say tree.
Yeah.
I was just like, what do you mean tree? I genuinely thought you meant like wood. What do you mean tree? Like, tree.
Three.
Yeah, three.
Okay.
You did say
Anyway.
tree. Yeah. I was just like, what do you mean tree?
Yeah.
I genuinely thought you meant
And
like
just
wood.
basically gradually moving
Along to different parts as one gets manky.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on your rag
Tree.
when you're doing this.
Thought you meant
and just so you can actually gradually move
Along to different parts as one
And
gets manky.
Cleaning
So keep an eye
this
on your
is
rag.
important because if you let the gunk build up,
Along to different parts as one gets.
well, your
just
guitar
looks awful.
it looks awful, but also if you let it really build up, which I saw once in one guitar, your guitar might be getting out of tune because you're pressing on gunk and not on a
If you let
fret. Really build up, which I saw once in
But,
one guitar.
go that far.
Your guitar might. Yeah, that would be pretty extreme,
Basically,
basically.
on gunk and not on a fret.
I've not seen that happen, but I've heard warnings about that happening. Yeah, that would be pretty
But yeah,
extreme. It's good to not have
I think to be fair, that's basically don't let your fingerboard
that
literally
happen,
become
but I've heard warnings about
like
that.
a sewage pipe.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like. I've never seen it that bad that it actually affects the intonation of a guitar. I've seen it really bad, but the thing that affects the intonation, if a fingerboard looks that, if a fingerboard looks that dreadful,
Sorry,
it's
hang on
probably,
a
the
second.
frets are probably worn as well. I've seen it really
I need to
bad.
check something.
But the thing that affects
Can you say
the
something?
intonation, if a fingerboard blah blah blah. If a fingerboard time to go to the
Sorry, hang
shop.
on a second. Oh, okay, I see. I need
What's
to
wrong?
check something. Never mind. Say something.
What's the problem?
Well, because I need to keep the Instagram thing open on one side so that I can see if somebody says something. Never mind. I am hearing the live stream from Instagram. I think the Instagram thing open on one side, whereas I'm not hearing it from YouTube or Facebook.
But yeah, I'm just hearing a bit coming from the headphones.
From Instagram, I think.
Well, yeah, it works.
Getting more.
Whereas I'm not hearing it.
Okay.
Just make sure it's working, doesn't
All
it?
right. So that's
From the headphones.
done basically.
Well, yeah, it works.
I've done that. Now I need to put some of that stuff on
Working.
the nut and the bridge. Where is it?
I'm going to do that in a minute.
Are you
There's
using it
another
now?
one here, just use that.
Okay.
We should get more of this anyway.
There used to be one in the UK called nut sauce, I think.
Big Ben's nut sauce.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we used to use that one, and when we moved here, that wasn't sold here, being Bulgarian. But what is sold is by Music Nomad, Tune It. So we used to use this thing, and when we moved here, apparently I don't know enough about here being Bulgarian here to know which brand is popular, to be honest. But I know that it does the job for certain.
It's alright. It's a bit more gunky, I think, than the Big Ben stuff, but it's, it does for it.
So it's a little tube, and it comes with two of these.
It's a bit more
You only
gunky, I
need
think,
one
than
to
the
start
Big Ben
with, of
stuff,
course.
but it's, it does for it.
And when it goes a little chunky, then you need the second one. Okay, how am I gonna show you this? I'm gonna move in a bit closer to show you what's happening. So basically, why you're doing this is when you're doing bends and that sort of stuff, you're basically pulling on your string, and right? So you're pulling your string here on the fretboard, and that sort of stuff. You're basically pulling on your string. If there's resistance in the bridge or in the nut, the string can basically remain here. More of it can remain on this side, and it won't return to its original place, which basically makes your string be out of tune. All right. So that's why you need to do the bridge and the nut.
It's more of a problem on guitars with a tremolo.
Yeah,
Not
when
gen-
you're using a tremolo.
Honestly, it's not generally a problem on guitars that don't have tremolo, because basically there's always more tension on one side anyway. Honestly,
Yeah, but I saw improvement on my tuning stability after using this
yeah, because
on
the
the chord.
hardware. Because to be fair, the hardware on that guitar is cheap and a bit rubbish.
Yeah, but I saw improvement on my tuning
Good
stability after
hardware
using
doesn't
this
generally
on
need
the
that
chord.
because it's smooth and
So you see, I just-
the final finish of it is good.
Yeah, just put a tiny bit.
Good hardware doesn't
There.
generally need a bit more than it's not
No, that's got another name. And then you rub it in with that little brushy thing.
They went, oh, the innuendo's taken, we'll have to come up with something else. Just call it tune it.
That's got another
Innuendo
Rub
was
it in with
taken.
that
Or maybe they thought they were too
brushy thing.
maybe they thought they were
The innuendo's taken, we'll have to.
too unchildish to be to have
Maybe they're
that.
too serious.
Yeah, too serious.
Why so serious? Okay, now I'm wiping off a bit on this cloth, on this rag, and then I'm gonna wipe off a bit of the excess from here, because you know, even though I put literally like a droplet, it's still such a tiny space here that it needs to go on, that even a droplet from here, even a droplet is a bit too much. Even though I put and now I'll do the nut as well. Still such a tiny space here that it needs to go on, that even a droplet from here, even a droplet is a bit too much. Even though I put and now I'll do the nut as well. Still such a tiny space here that it needs to go on, that even a droplet from here, even a droplet is a bit too much.
Good.
And
Next.
You're done.
Honestly, yeah, nearly.
I
I'm
told
not
you
a
it would be
million miles
faster.
away. Well, yeah, I had to. So this guitar used to have loads of
Here.
problems with the strings breaking, hence I changed the tremolo. I tried using different saddles, but that had no effect at all. In fact, I started using Graphtec saddles, and weirdly, it got worse. It was strange. It was really strange, and the tuning stability got worse. So I don't know whether I just had a duff batch or something. And weirdly,
I don't know.
but I messaged, I got in touch with Graphtec, and they were like, "That's odd." They're basically, we don't know. Like, we don't know what your problem is. And I was like, "Well, me neither." So
Rubbing off the excess again, and gonna rub out the excess of the top
That's odd.
of the nut.
They're basically, we don't know. It's one of those. I don't think these saddles came. I don't think the saddles came with like a guarantee or warranty or anything, so there wasn't really anything that could be done.
Of the nut.
Which was a bit annoying. It's one of those. I don't think. But it's just, you know, it is what it is sometimes, and you just have to deal with. Occasionally, products aren't as good as you expect them to be. And that was one of those cases.
Next important thing, to close your thing, because otherwise it will, you know,
Occasionally, products aren't. I will point out, sorry, they did work
Also
on my.
this.
They did work on my Fender.
close it. Next
On
important
my
thing,
Fender,
to
they're
close
really, really
your
good,
thing,
and
because otherwise
strings
it will,
don't really.
you know,
I don't really have any
I will
issues.
point out, sorry, they did work on my.
They did work on my Fender.
close it. Okay, now the strings that I'm using are mega old. In fact, I think I got them when we still lived in London, and the packaging of those has changed. That's how I know that they're mega old. But they're Elixir, NanoWeb, OptiWeb is also good. 10 to 52.
Oh, you're using those, alright.
Yeah, well, they're gonna be used.
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
I've
But they're
forgotten about
Elixir. Why
those.
not?
I
But
didn't
yeah,
realise we had any.
Yeah, well, we do. There are 10 to
Yeah, right, we
52.
do. Moving on. Shut up, Benton.
I'm trying to say something.
I know.
The gauge 10 to 52. So for the scale length of this guitar, the chords, 10s are quite good for standard tuning, but because I keep this guitar in drop D, I want my bottom strings to be heavy, my bottom E string to be heavier, so that's why I've got the tuning light top heavy bottom. 10 to 52 instead of 10 to 46, is it?
10 to 46 is not is the
Yeah.
standard one.
Standard
Yeah,
for
that's what I use on this most of. Recently I've tried those on this, but I want to try 9s again because 10 to 46 is not is the standard. I want to be lazy. I don't want to put in effort to bending. I'm a bit tired of my hands getting a bit. It's quite demotivating for practice. I just don't want to sit and I don't want to have to work. I want it to
Also,
be
you
easy.
see, they're marked with Bulgarian for nanny, because this is my pack.
Don't want to sit and
My pack, not Renton's. That's what happens when you have two guitarists living together. But yeah, so how you put your strings on? Because now we've done the TLC.
I'm going to ask a question actually. Sorry for the comments, and this is a completely random
For the comments,
or whatever it is, right? Or
because now we've done the TLC.
for people to answer if they know. Is John Petrucci's wife a guitar player as well?
For the comments. Okay.
I'm pretty sure she is. If you know, please say. I think she
We shall
is.
find out at some point.
Well, if someone knows the answer, or they might just say, Brendan, use Google,
Yeah.
which I could do, but I'm not sure. Well, if someone knows the answer, or they might just say, Brendan, use Google. I don't know what she does for a living. I just seem to remember.
I know nothing of John Petrucci's personal life, and honestly, I don't care too much because, you know, I love his playing. I don't need Petrucci's personal life everything about the person, and I can't know everything about the musicians that I like.
John Petrucci.
Okay, so you unwind your string. Of course, if you're in doubt which is which, there is usually a graph here at the back with the thickness of the strings. So your first string is your thinnest string, right? So there is usually a graph. They do usually come in order, as in with the thickness. So this was the 10, and then all the way to 52, right? So I'm using Elixir, so they just have the golden brass whatever ball ends.
Standard ball ends.
Standard,
Just
yeah.
normal,
So
normal,
I'm using
whatever
Dario.
ball ends.
Brendan is using the Dario XS, and they have different color
Yeah.
ball ends to
Can I-
determine which strings
Can I
which.
say that? These are different. So on the Darios normally they have like they sort of have red, orange, yellow, green, blue or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember the exact colours. But these are just one of them is gold. Because you've got three plain strings and three non-plain and three wound strings. One of them is gold. Because you've got what is it? Gold strings and three. Sorry, brass, silver, and black, and that's it. And
I'd
those
rather
are
get
colours.
those colors. But yeah,
What these colours?
yeah, then the standard.
I like the rainbow ones because it's easier to know exactly what string you're on.
Anyway, what you do is, if you have a string through body, is you poke it through the hole, the correct hole.
Rainbow ones. Yeah, make sure you know exactly what string you're on.
Anyway,
For the string that you need.
if you have a string through body,
And you pull it through.
correct
I'm
hole.
being a child. Yeah, make sure.
Yep.
Can I say what I wanted to say?
For the string that you
So you pull it through,
Well, you said something.
and then
I'm being a child.
you make sure it goes through the bridge slot, the bridge saddle, that's the correct word, it's a saddle, and then through the nut slot, and you pull it through your bridge slot, the bridge saddle, that's the correct word. Hang on, I'm not showing you guys. Through the tuning, through the tuner, and what you can do here now for this tuning, for this type of guitar is you can look at what you can do here, where the next tuner is, and bend your string there, because that's how much of string, once you've pulled it, of course, that's how much of a string you need to make enough windings. And enough windings is usually two, once you've pulled it, of course. Two windings is good. You need to make enough windings.
On the low strings.
Enough windings is
yeah, on the high strings 3.
3 or 4. Yeah.
and then you.
On the
Not
low
showing
strings.
again. Damn it! I'm
Yeah,
so not
on
used
the
to
high
doing
strings.
No, it's
good
weird,
things.
isn't it? It's really strange all of this stuff.
Then you.
I think.
There we go. So you can grab your peg winder,
No, it's weird.
and then of
Really
course
strange. all of this
just
stuff.
wind your string. There we go. So the correct direction. The correct direction. Yes. So the string needs to go. Let me just show you. Okay. Hang on. The correct direction. The correct direction. Yes. So the string needs to go. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to hold my guitar in case. The string needs to go through here down, and then from this through here down, right on the inside, through here down, and on the other side again through the inside, right? So coming, the winding is coming from here going down, on the inside, from here going down, from here going down. Make sure not to put the whole string through. That's important because you'll end up with too many windings, and that
Yeah.
brings to tuning instability. That's important because you'll end up with too many windings. Yeah, when he met me, I had.
Can I say about
Okay, come on then.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
When I met, I'd sort of already been doing this sort of thing for a bit longer.
Yeah, when
As
he
in,
met me,
I'm
had
more of a
to-
nerd, to be fair, about this stuff than Nelly is.
Well, also,
hang on, sorry.
you had been playing electric guitar for longer than I had.
Yeah, not much longer. Oh no, yeah, actually no, I have. Because I think you've got yours. You've been playing for about 3 years.
Also,
hang on,
you
sorry.
had been playing
Electric.
electric
you've been playing about
Yeah.
3. Yeah, not
exactly
much
3
longer.
years
Oh
when I
no,
met.
yeah, actually no, I have. Because I think you've got yours. You've been playing for about 3 years.
So yeah,
Electric.
so I didn't know this. Nobody told me.
Nelly's guitar was strung up with 9s, which I thought was a bit strange because they felt alright, but they were 9s and they'd been on there for a really long time, clearly, because they'd gone rusty.
Because I didn't know you were meant to change your strings
Yeah.
regularly.
And,
Nobody told me.
but they've clearly been changed because they wouldn't have been come out of the factory like that. They've definitely been changed
Yeah.
at some point. But it was literally like the entire string had been wrapped around this little this poor little peg winder. Sorry, this poor little machinist. This poor little machinist had been wrapped around this little.
I just didn't know any better.
Yeah. So it's
Nobody
fine.
told me anything. So now I tell you. No! I just didn't know. Know how I told you to make sure it's in the saddle? Well, I didn't. Now I tell you.
Yeah, that's the most irritating. On one of those type of guitars, it's so annoying
Well, I
because it's so easy.
Okay, now it's loose, and now put it in the saddle, right on the bridge saddle,
It's so
and
annoying.
then tighten it again.
So easy.
Okay, now it's loose, and now put it in the saddle, right on the bridge saddle, and then we have a note. Okay, great. And then the next string. Same thing. We have a note. Okay, great. And then the next string. Same thing. Fanny's down here sniffing my Squire. Hang on. I'll have to take a picture. Then the next string.
And put it in my stories.
Fanny's down here sniffing my Squire. Hang on. I'll show it to you guys in a bit. She's supervising me changing strings. She's making sure everything goes as I tell you that
I'll
it
show
should
it
go.
to you guys in a bit.
She's supervising me
Oh, you
changing
haven't put it
strings.
through the saddle yet.
She's making
Oh
sure
yeah, that's
everything
right then.
As I
I'm
tell
so
you
sorry.
that it should go. She's supervising me
Oh, you
changing
haven't put
strings.
it through the saddle
Okay.
yet.
Next tuning head, bend. At least that helps me if I do a little bend.
What are you bending? Sorry.
I'm bending the string. Next tuning head,
It just helps me.
Where? How do you mean?
Here, where
least
it
that
needs
helps
to be
me.
cut.
Basically.
Oh, right. That's quite good.
I'm bending
I
the
tend to
string.
just
Next
And then I poke it through.
where? How do you mean?
Here, where it needs to be cut.
I tend to just hold it in place and
Well, I
then.
hold it, but sometimes I
Yeah.
let go and then I need to measure again.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be that accurate. That's the thing.
Yeah, but
It just needs to- it
I
just
like
needs
it
to roughly
to be
right in place.
accurate,
Yeah.
roughly accurate, and you know when I drop it, I'm clumsy.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be that accurate.
The rough accuracy is gone when I drop it.
I like it.
Oh my god, these sound so flinky by comparison. I've been using tens on this for ages and
The rough accuracy is gone when I drop it.
it still sounds alright. Oh my god, these sound so flinky by comparison. I've been using tens on this for ages.
And stop sniffing my cable.
It still sounds
The
alright.
cable, not the rope.
It sounds so flinky by
It's
comparison.
not yours.
I've been using tens on this for ages.
And stop sniffing my cable.
It still sounds alright.
Cable, not the rope.
You know, in marriage, what's yours is mine and mine is yours. In cat language, it's what's yours is actually mine, not yours.
It's my cable.
You know, in marriage, what's yours is mine and mine is yours.
Okay.
In cat language, it's what's yours is actually mine, not yours.
It's my cable.
Okay, we have sound.
Okay.
We have sound. Okay,
It's actually mine.
on to strings.
Would have sound.
Love.
Are you in tuning? On tune. I'm done. I just have to snip
have
this
sound.
last end off.
We
Sorted.
have sound. Okay.
Yeah, I love how much quicker the process can be. Just
Also,
leaving
for
tuning.
context, Renton did work in a guitar shop and has more
Yeah, to be fair.
experience changing strings than I do.
Yeah, this I can do this a lot
Also,
quicker,
for
but
context,
normally I
Renton
wouldn't
did work
lube
in a guitar
everything
shop
in
and has
condition,
more
absolutely everything.
experience changing strings than I do.
I take more care I take a lot of care with this one just because I know certain things go wrong in it more. Most guitars are fine. I take more care, to be honest. I take a lot of care with this one just because I know certain things go wrong in it. A lot of the issues that I've had on this one are fine. I take more care, to be honest. I take a lot of this one just because I know certain things go wrong in a lot of the issues that I've had on this one are fine. I take more care, to be honest. I take a lot of the Dario 9s are so easy to play. They're so easy. So these, if anyone is interested, these are
Show the back.
Dario 9s. Yeah, these are Dario XS.
I've been meaning to try them as
Can I,
well, but I've got.
just do the talky bit first.
Yeah, can I just say I've
These
just got
are-
to. I've got still
Yeah, these are
elixir, so
Dario
I'm not gonna try them
XS.
anytime soon. I've been meaning
I don't think you're going to like them because the high strings go rusty a little bit quicker. But to be honest, it's not a it's not a problem on this guitar because the high string breaks by the time it goes rusty. But on most of my guitars, I still use Elixir. But these do sound way better in my opinion. They're much more.
So what do you mean by better?
I still use Elixir.
What do you like about it?
Elixirs don't have a lot of. To be honest, it's not actually something that you
what do you
typically
mean
want
by
from most guitars. Elixirs
What do
have
you
got
like about it?
quite a lot of seem to me to have quite a lot of mid-range and sort of top ends, but they're not very open sounding. They sound kind of compressed. Quite a lot of compared to lots of other strings, which is great. And this is like I'm talking like really tiny amounts. It's not actually anything that's noticeable, to be honest. Compared to it's just a feeling thing when recording. Elixirs are also a lot stiffer. So a set of 9s on a set of Elixirs elixir 9s feel more like the 9.5 or 10s to me. Elixirs are also a lot stiffer, whereas these feel light. A set of elixir 9s, but these are also both of the strings are coated, as in both elixirs, and whereas these feel these are coated.
Yeah.
These are also both of the strings. I think these are basically D'Addario's answer to the elixir string, because
Yeah.
these are great. I think really these are basically D'Addario's answer to the elixir string.
Alright. I'm onto my D string.
These are great. I think really these are basically D'Addario's answer to the elixir string.
Alright. I'm onto my D string.
These are great. I think really these are basically D'Addario's answer to the elixir string.
Alright. I'm onto my D string. There we go. And I just realized what I can do.
I forgot how much I like 9s. I haven't used 9s in, well, a couple of months.
Go, and I just realized.
Since, actually, yeah, not that long. I only went to 10 to summer. On a Strat scale guitar, that is, on Les Pauls like that. I know it's not a Les Paul, but on short scale guitars I like 10 to 52, just because the lowest strings on a Strat scale guitar, that is, sound a lot tighter and bigger to me. I know it's not a Les Paul, but on short scale I don't really like 10 to 46 on the, even in standard tuning. I'm not a fan of 10 to 46 on the Les Paul. I like 10 to 52. I don't really like 10 to 46 on the, even in standard tuning. I'm not a fan of 10 to 46 on the Les Paul. I like 10 to 52.
Nice. Perfect. Okay, A string. And by the way, I always leave these poking until the end, just in case a string goes through. A string. I don't know. Call me paranoid. That actually has not happened. That a string has slipped until the end, just completely once I put it on. But call me paranoid. I don't know. I still keep them on until the very end, and then I can.
Do you have your headstock tuned
once
anywhere?
Yes. Here you go. But
I'd like to see how close to it in tune I am. That's another thing. At one point, sorry, you said about the guitar store thing earlier. Working in a guitar store, because you get so used to tuning guitars all the time, you can just do it without a tuner. You get so used to it. I got so used to just, especially on Fenders, I got so used to the feel of how stretchy the strings are and all that. You get so used to it, and just the sounds. You just get so used to what high E is supposed to sound like. Nearly. Oh my god, I was bang on. My high E string was bang on.
nice.
To be fair, I did tune it to that, which I think is quite flat.
Nice. Yeah, well, it's been here all day, so it's probably gone off too.
To be fair, I did tune it to that, which I think is quite
It's
flat.
my classical. Okay. Yeah, well, it's been here all day, so it's probably.
Your really good classical guitar, that is, yeah.
Yeah. I tuned it at the start of the day, but it's probably gone out of tune by now, and I'm not teaching
Your
classical.
really good classical guitar, that is, yeah.
After. Oh, again! Emergency! I did the between the slots thing again! Don't do this! Okay, so I've loosened it, and now I can put it on the saddle. On the saddle. Right. So this is not always a thing that will happen to everyone. Obviously, it's something that's happening to me because I am clumsy. But the other thing is, for example, hang on, I'll show you. If you have a guitar like my Squire that has still through body strings, for example, but look, it's the through body comes into the saddle, right? So it's not going to go in between the saddle. It's going to go right into the saddle. So it's not going to happen always that you need to be so concerned about the saddles. Not every guitar has that issue into the saddle. Issue.
I had that issue with the Graphtex because it would get caught between the Graphtec unit and the
Issue. String.
That drove me
My
mad.
D string.
I had that issue with the
Interrupt the
Graphtex
guitar.
because it would get caught between the Graphtec unit and the
String.
That really
My
sounds
D
good.
string.
issue with the
Drop the guitar.
between the taking it and the
Here we go. Pick a string.
A lot of gain. I don't need that much gain. Wow. Actually, that needs loads because the clean channel's super quiet. A lot of gain. I don't need that much gain. Wow. Actually, that needs loads because the clean channel's super quiet.
And then you wind it up. You wind it up. And then I'm gonna tune the guitar and then cut off
The little poke bits that I tend to poke my finger on. So I gotta be careful not to poke myself again. The little poke bits that I tend to poke my finger on. So I gotta be careful not to poke myself again. Brandon and I have been watching Friends. Again. I have been watching Friends. Alrighty, time to tune. What are you playing? Just twiddling? Where's my headset? Can I have it, please? Alright.
Yeah, I'm just checking the checking it out because I haven't.
It's the tuner, so it doesn't matter that Brandon's playing. I can tune my guitar.
Yeah, I'm just checking the
F, great.
checking it out because I haven't.
It's the tuner, so it doesn't matter that Brandon's high F. Okay, let's tune the other strings. F, great. A, let's go to B, high F. Okay, let's tune the other strings. A, E, let's go to B, high F. G, there we go. G sharp, let's go to B. C sharp, let's go to E. G sharp, let's go to B. Let's pull the string, let's do some bending. Maybe it will go down to a D. Let's see. No, it went down to a D.
By the way, something I want to talk about
Maybe it will go
randomly.
down to a D. Let's see.
When people talk about stretching your strings, right, just as a rule, they are like something I want to talk about. If you think that you're stretching the metal, that is not what's happening. What's happening is you're basically pulling the string as tight as it can go around the tuner and at the point and basically at the points of contact.
Like the nut and the bridge.
Yeah, so the nut and the bridge. So the string has to be fully seated in here and fully seated at the headstock for it to be stretched in. The strings where you are stretching them in is nylon strings because they are stretchy, but metal strings seated at the headstock for it to be stretched in. Not how it works. The strings where you are stretching them in is nylon strings because they are stretchy, but metal strings.
Right. So yeah, do some bends. Just to
Hence these are already in
stretch the
tune and
strings.
stretched in because I made sure that I pulled it tight.
So yeah, do some bends.
Because if you just sort of bend the strings and all that, you've got a chance of snapping them. But if you make sure they're sort of just tight around the headstock before anything else happens, you're sorted.
Well, yeah, you don't need to bend them.
Yeah. Got a chance of snapping them. But if you make sure they're and that includes before anything else happens. Sorted.
There's one thing that what was I've forgotten who does it. Who does it?
And that includes before anything else happens.
I've forgotten who told me or who did it. I've forgotten who does it. Who does it?
Anyway.
And that includes.
Okay, time to cut.
I've forgotten who told me or who did it. I've forgotten who does it.
Alrighty, so look now. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, am I showing you? Am I? Almost. There we go. Okay, so now cut here. Okay, let's do this. Long. Yeah, am I showing you? Am I? Cut here. Almost. There we go. Be careful not to cut. Okay, so now. Be careful not to cut here. You know where your string is actually going. Like here, for example, you see this string is very in line. There, I'm showing. Yeah, no, your string is actually going. Let's move this way. There we go. This string is quite in line with where this is going, but that's why I'm going to go upwards, right here. So yeah, be careful not to snap your string accidentally, basically. Okay, that's why. There, same for the G string right now. There we go. So snap the string accidentally, basically. Okay, there we go. Okay, the B string, G string right now. Just basically, if you're wondering if you're gonna cut accidentally through a string, make sure to double check. Look twice at what you're doing, because that's better than having to spend money on more strings or just having to change a string, even if you're getting them for free. There we go. Then having to spend money on more strings.
These are amazing.
String.
These feel great.
If you're getting them for
So
free.
there we go.
Really nice.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tune my guitar once more.
These are amazing. These feel great.
So there we go.
Really nice.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tune my guitar once more.
Amazing.
So F sharp, let's make it G. F, let's make it Yeah, it's capturing, a lot of the time it's capturing F sharp as a sort of an overtone instead of my B. So let's tune it with a harmonic, there you go. And let's make that E, F sharp as a sort of A,
This is
an overtone instead of my B.
I've missed
E,
nines.
let's tune it with a harmonic, there you go. Let's make that E, F sharp as a sort of I'm in drop D. This is the tuning that this guitar is in my B.
I've missed nines.
Plug in also.
Let's try to explain it. Well, I hope you found this useful. You voted for it. So thanks for joining us today. I hope you found this useful on how to change your strings and some random information about strings and TLC for your guitar. I hope you found this useful and helpful. And also you're invited same time next week for a Christmas concert. I'll be sending links so that you can play along if you want to. As in, I'll be basically looking at notation or tab online to play this. So if you have any song requests, now's the time to send me a link to it so I can play it. Or like you can send it to play this. Or give me the name of the thing so that I can find it. But yeah, you're invited same time next week. 5 p.m. Eastern European time, that's 3 p.m. UK time, GMT, something. And I hope to see you then. Did I have something else to say about changing strings? GMT? I don't think so.
I think I did. Hang on, just a sec. It was something. Oh yeah.
Did I have something else to say about changing strings?
At some point, we're gonna do this. If you've got a Floyd Rose.
Would you like us to do this for a
Well,
Floyd
so,
Rose?
wasn't that. All I was going to say is, if you've got a Floyd Rose, don't do the dumb thing that everyone seems to do of putting the string up here at the headstock, the ball end at the headstock. It looks gross. It looks awful.
Yeah, but different people have different aesthetic preferences.
Just do the job. Do the job, put the work in, do the job, and learn how to do it quickly. Just do it. It just looks awful.
Moan of the day by
Yeah,
Red.
yeah.
Do,
Oh.
do, 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 do.
And learn how to do it quickly.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, hope you have a lovely weekend and I'm gonna get going.